to shine so bright.
So now is the time where we practice a meditation. I invite you to close your eyes and to come in. And as you breathe into your heart space, think of someone or something that you dearly love, your beloved. And then just allow that feeling of love and joy to emanate throughout your heart, your body, and your soul as we practice the silence together.
very heart of God is the essence of love. For we are all free to love. Love comes from the deepest part of our soul. Love is the essence that permeates the entire universe. All of creation is that divine essence of love. I know this love moves in, through, and as our very being. I know each individual in this room is love and is the creation of love. For it is the presence and the truth of who we are. It is the very rhythm of our heartbeat. Love heals, it reveals, it transforms and transcends all things in life. I know Reverend Lori McMacken is a channel for the love of spirit to shine forth out into the world. I know her words of wisdom uplift our hearts and inspire our minds. For it is love picturing itself as this service, knowing that it is divinely guided. So let us be that presence that God is, and enjoy. And so it is. My name is Kay Samuelson, and I'm a master practitioner here. And so if anyone would like prayer after the service, there will be 2 practitioners in the chapel, and we have a prayer box. You can write a prayer, and all of us will pray over it for a week. So I have a reading. It's a conglomeration of a few different things. Love created this vast theater of existence in order to manifest and express its beauty. There is nothing more subtle or comprehensive with which to explain love, because love is that final explanation of everything. So you could say that the universe was created by love, for love, as love. Love is where we came from, where we are going, and why we are here, and what it's all about while we are here. We stand in life as the expression of God's love. Each of us is the portal through which God expresses. And all that we do in love, for love, and as love is God giving through us. Love is the essence of all that you are. Love is the essence of all that dances as a temporary reflection before the eyes of your very body-mind. The one who feels the thought of possessing and controlling or limiting can come from only the one that feels empty, because love overflows and sets things free. Self-love is the perfection of all spiritual practices. Self-love transfigures the mind and emotional body, and even the physical body, to the degree that it shines into the cells of the body. We have the power to create. Your power is so strong that whatever you believe comes true. You are the way you are because of what you believe about yourself. Your whole reality, everything you believe, is your creation. Love is the mystery of life and the process of creating what you want. So always remember, love is the way and law makes the way possible. And so it is.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious. This love, can you sing that with me? So sacred, so secret, so precious. This love, so sacred, so secret, so precious. This love I will share. 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 This love. This so sacred, so secret, so precious. This love, so sacred, so secret, so precious. This love I will share. I will share. I will share, I will share, I will share, I will share this love, this love, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious. This love, this love, this love. Beautiful. Thank you. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love I will share. So last night I just came home from Puerto Morales. It's a very quaint village in Cancun, Mexico, where I was practicing a sacred practice, the dances of universal peace, for 8 days, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night. Singing and dancing, simple songs and dance, celebrating all paths to God from every single religion. It was truly a beautiful practice. And I'll be bringing this to Seaside starting on March 13th. And I hope you come and join. We have Christine Stevens and a 4-piece band. It's going to be a beautiful sacred practice. But of course, when I was there, I was inspired by one of the dances. And the words of the song went like this: why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? To love, to serve, and to remember. To love, to serve, and to remember. To love, to serve, and to remember. And this dance was inspired by Ram Dass, who is an American spiritual leader. And he asked the question to his Hindu guru when he was coming back to the United States. The question was, how will I continue on with my spiritual works when I'm no longer in your physical presence?
And Maharaji replied, it's simple. Love everyone, serve everyone, and to remember God. To love everyone, to serve everyone, and to remember God. Whether you're practicing Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Christian Science, religious science, the principles of Course in Miracles, this is a golden thread that runs through all religions. To love everyone, to serve everyone, and to remember God. For today you are practicing a remembrance of the Divine Spirit by being here and practicing the presence. And when we practice that Divine Spirit within our lives, we remember that God is the essence of who we are at all times. And there is one power, and there is one presence, and there is one essence of love that permeates all, and it is in awe. And it is at the top of the mountain, and it is all the different paths that are going up the same mountain. You see, we are one no matter what. And as we practice the presence and we remember God and we know who we are, we authentically live our lives from the inside out. We authentically can love those people around us, and we can authentically serve our people around us. And the greatest way to serve the people that we love is to know the truth for them. It's to know that when they are in pain, that they don't have to be in pain, that they are perfect and they are whole and they are complete. We can know that we are in lack and limitation, that there is infinite abundance for each and every person. When there is disharmony, there is perfect harmony right here and right now. And that is co-creating with the Divine Spirit, because when you're co-creating with God, you are co-creating with love. And the love is the essence of all religions within each and every person. And what happens is that we become identified with the relative world, with the world of effects, because we grow up like that. It's natural for most of us, where we think that we're our bodies, or we think that we are our jobs, or we think that we are our resume, we think we're our bank accounts, or our houses, or our homes, or our cars. And what happens is the relative world is continually changing. We can't stop that. So no matter what, the rug is going to be pulled out from under us. And we're going to continue to learn this lesson over and over again until we recognize who we really are. That we are that essence of love, and that we are that essence of wholeness. And we can co-create from the divine. To be in the world, but not of the world. To be in the world and love the material world. Be and do and have whatever you want, but not to identify your being with it. And I remember the first time that my ego kind of got slammed into the ground when I was around 27 years old, and I went on my first national tour as a professional dancer. And for 3 years, I was loving life. Every week we went to a new city, and we had a beautiful hotel, and we had an opening night, and we had parties, and I was the promo girl, so I was doing TV and radio, and everywhere I went with the girls, the doors just flew open for us. It was a beautiful time. But all of a sudden, my world changed, and the contract was over. And I can remember I was walking down the streets of New York, and my shoulders were down. I was hunched over, and I was like, I'll never work again. No one's ever going to want me. This is terrible. I couldn't believe how I was acting, but that's how I really felt. I felt like that I would never work again because I so identified myself with my job. That's who I thought I was. And there's a Broadway show that was produced in the 1970s, and it's called A Chorus Line. And it is a show about professional dancers. You may have seen this show. And there's a scene where all the dancers are on a cattle call. They're in an audition. And they're all lined up on a piece of tape on the ground. And everyone has a number because you are a number, you're not a name. And everyone's holding their resume, the picture on one side and the resume on the other. And it's right in front of their face. And one person takes down the picture and starts to sing. And the words were, "Who am I anyways? I am my resume." And that's who I thought I was. I thought I was the choreographers that hired me. I thought I was the shows that I did. I thought I was all the unions that I was in. I thought that I was my physical body because my body was my tool as a professional dancer. So that's who I was. That's not who I was. And as I was walking down New York and I was slumped over and I thought I would never work again and I had low self-esteem, there was something inside me that told me to stand up straight and to shape up. Something inside me to tell me that that is not who you are. You are so much more than that. I didn't know who it was, but I did. I stood straight. And from there on in, I decided not to identify myself with my jobs. But I did get myself in trouble in other ways. We all do, in the relationships or our money or our situations. And when the relative world changes, the rug comes out from under us. And the great Buddha said that all suffering is due to attachment, right? And Michael Bernard Beckwith, he quotes that a good day for the soul is a bad day for the ego. A bad day for the ego is a good day for the soul. So you know that when you're by yourself and you are totally embarrassed in front of yourself, you're having a bad day for the ego, but you're having a great day for the soul because you're just moving one notch up and recognizing who you really are. For you are an essence of spirit, and you are perfect, and you are whole, and you're complete in every way, and you are beauty, and you are intelligence. When someone asked Michelangelo, how did you chisel out that beautiful Moses? How did you just chisel out the beautiful David within the marble? And he answered, that wasn't me. The creation was already perfect. It was already there. I was just chiseling away at the marble, just like you. For you're already perfect just the way you are. You don't have to be anyone else other than who you are. For you are pure love and you are pure wholeness. You know, we relate to in the Course in Miracles, the book, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson, she quotes that a miracle is when we have a change in perception. A miracle is when we switch our mind from fear to love. When we look at the mountaintop and we know that the essence of love is who we are, is who all the people around us is. Because when love can heal finances, love can heal relationships, love can heal imbalance, love can heal all things. For that is the essence of who we are. And the Course in Miracles believes that when there is not love, then there is fear. And if fear is showing up, then you're living in the realm of an illusion. And the illusion is, what they're talking about is the relative world, the world that is always changing, that is not real. So if someone's coming at you at fear, what that really is, it's a call for love, for you to give them more love. Of course, I didn't see TV forever, and then I went to the airport the other day and I saw what was going on in the world. And I know right here and right now that there is a big call for the world, for us to love the world more, for us to look past what is happening in the present day moment into the relative world. For religious science, we believe that the relative the world of change, is just an experience. And it is the truth that sets you free. It is the truth that takes you up to the mountaintop. And that is religious science. That is the religious part of the religious science, of the great teachings of Jesus. And then we have the scientific part of the religious science, where we know there's a law unto ourselves. It's almost like quantum physics, which is scientific, that the whole world is energetic. And whenever you're looking at, whatever you're observing comes into matter. So that's how your thoughts create your reality. And Einstein quotes that science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind. For the two go hand in hand. But your point of power when you want to love, to serve, and to remember is always in the present moment, right here and right now. Because when someone in your life is in lack or limitation, and you see them in lack and limitation, you have kept them in bondage. You have kept them on the cross. But when someone in your life is in lack and limitations, and you can see past the relative world, past the ever-changing world of effects, and look to the mountaintop where love is, where God resides and see them as infinitely abundant through the presence of love, then you have a healing. This is the essence of healing in all ways. This is the essence of love. Because when you are loving, you are co-creating with the divine presence. And it heals all things and animates through all things. So on Saturday, this Saturday, we are going to celebrate a religious holiday. A religious holiday in my heart is Valentine's Day. For St. Valentine, he was around the late 200s, 290 AD. And he was a martyr. He was a Christian priest. And what happened at that time, Claudius II was the emperor of Rome. And his ego, his identity was in his troops for war. He wanted to win. When he won, then he felt that was his identity, how he identified with himself. And none of the gentlemen in Rome wanted to join his army because they knew that if they went to war, they weren't going to come home. And their wife and children would have to fend for themselves. So Claudius decided that he was going to put a ban on marriage. No more love, no more marriage. Because this would make the men better warriors. Well, Valentinus was a martyr, and he was a person that loved everyone and served everyone and remembered God. And so what he would do is he would take these couples off to the side and he would secretly marry them because his heart was open and he was full of joy and he was full of love. Well, of course, eventually he was caught and the emperor put him in prison and sentenced him to death. And then there was a jailer who was a Roman jailer, and he had a daughter. Her name was Julia. But Julia came into the world, and she was blind. And the jailer asked Valentinus if he could bring his daughter into the jail, and he did. And there Valentinus, he ministered to her, and he told her all about God, and he told her about the beauty of the world and what it looked like. And she said to him, "Do you think it's possible that we could pray and that I could see?" And of course, Valentinus was going to lift her up into the light of healing. He was going to look past the relative world. He wasn't going to see her as a blind child. He was going to see her as the essence of God. And they prayed, and all of a sudden there was a scream from the jail cell, and light just started radiating from her eyes, and she was healed. She was the perfection of spirit because he looked at her. And through quantum physics, when you look at someone and you believe in it, that's exactly what happens. It is the essence of love that heals all things. He put her on that mountaintop. He saw her as she truly was. So February 14th was the day that he was sentenced to die. They beheaded him. And he wrote a letter to Julia to continue to stay in remembrance of God. Love your Valentine. And that power of love has emanated throughout the world for hundreds and hundreds of years. And today we still celebrate Saint Valentine. So on Saturday, when it's Valentine's Day, remember that this is a religious holiday to love someone, to serve someone, and to remember the divine presence. And if you have someone in your life that needs to be healed in some way, don't look at the relative world. Look at the top of the mountain. Look at what is. Look at the truth of their being and see them in the light of health. And if you're not sure exactly how to do this, Master Practitioner Jenny is teaching a spiritual mind treatment class on Valentine's Day. It's perfect, for this is a powerful teaching. Last year, my younger sister had a stroke, and it was very devastating for her. And she went into rehab, and she was there for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and she didn't completely heal. But you know how the insurance situation is. And she went home. And she was in bed, and she couldn't get out of bed for 2 weeks. She was just in bondage, laying in that bed, wondering if she was ever going to walk again. And I had a talk with my family. I said, whatever you do, don't keep her in bondage. Don't see her as she's laying there and she'll never be able to get up. See her as driving her car and playing with her grandchildren and seeing her friends and going shopping and buying Christmas presents and enjoying life and having a holiday every day. And so while I was in my ministerial training, every single morning I would wake up early in the morning and I would do my prayer work. And part of my prayer work was praying for that perfection that I saw in my sister. For I didn't see her in the relative world. I'm going to look past that relative world. I'm going to see her as God sees her, as perfect, as whole, as complete, as she wants to see herself. And I just said my prayers and did what we're supposed to do, right? Release it. It's not our job. But when we're doing something like that, it's always God working through us. You're never the one doing the healing. You don't have to worry about that. You're just allowing God to work through you. So a week later, my sister calls me and she said to me, have you been praying for me? I said, yes. She said, I woke up this morning and something told me to get up and walk. And I thought to myself, I can't walk. And I stood up and it was like Spirit was working through me and I just started to walk. And I don't know how it happened. And that is the essence of love. That is a miracle when we change our perception, when we see someone in the eye of love, in the eye of wholeness and oneness. When Jesus stood there and he looked at the leopard, did he see a leopard? No. He saw the perfection. He saw that perfect, whole, complete person. He used his vision of love and the leopard was healed. He used his vision of love and the blind man was healed. He used his vision of love to multiply the fish and the loaves. It's looking past the relative world that is always changing, that is an illusion, that's just an experience. It is not who we are. It's not how we create life. My prayer partner has an amazing story. She went out to dinner with some friends, and there was a big picture window, and as she was sitting there, she saw a bird, and the bird came slamming into the window, and it fell on the ground. And she's an animal activist, and it really disturbed her. So she excused herself and went into the bathroom, and she went into the stall, and she stood there, and she prayed. And she told me she saw the bird as flapping its wings, and then she saw the bird flying around and singing songs and going from branch to branch. And when she finished her prayer, she just let it go, and she came back. She sat in the restaurant, and the bird was still stunned and laying there. And then all of a sudden, she looked from the corner of her eyes, and the bird is flapping its wings, hopping around, and the bird starts to fly off. For that is the projection of love. That is seeing past the relative world and seeing with the eyes of God. And using that love that is in your life. It is so powerful to use the power of love in your life. There are miracles happening every single moment and every single day when we turn our face away from the relative and we look at the absolute, the essence of who we are. So let's close our eyes and go within and pray. So I'm grateful for this time together, for it is a miracle that we come together as one in this moment. In this moment right here and right now, as I see and feel that essence of love that pours through me, as me, and by me. For there's only one life, and that is the life of God. That is the life of wholeness, and that is the life of grace. And I know that I am one with the life of God. I am the essence of love, of perfection, of goodness, of infinite intelligence, of divine wisdom. And as I know this for myself, I know this for each and every person here. For each person is that expression of light. Each person is that essence of God. Each person is perfect, whole, and complete in their own way. I know that when each person lives through their life this week, they practice the remembrance. And they love people, and they serve people. And they remember that essence of God that is always in their life, looking past the relative and creating from the absolute expression of the divine mind, knowing that it is always perfect and it is always ready and waiting and willing to be created through. For God lives through you, as you, and by you. And God only can do its work through your essence, through your mind. For your mind and your life is the life of God. I am grateful for this as I release my word into the law of mind, knowing that it is done, and so it is.
inside and feel the light. Peace asks nothing more. Joy. Joy is calling me home. Joy has opened the door. Open the door. Come inside and feel the light. Joy asks nothing more. Just God is calling. God is calling me home. God has opened the door. Come inside and feel the light. God asks nothing more. God asks nothing more.
Beautiful, thank you. Don't you want, it's really beautiful. Her voice is so rich. If you want Dave Avani to sing to you all night long, you can buy one of her CDs out. I think I want to take her home with me. So this is our time of our sacred giving. I invite you to take your gift in your hand. And so as we know through our spiritual practice of giving and receiving that it is the essence of love within us. And our giving is a demonstration of the abundance that is in our life. For we know the truth is that we are infinitely abundant. And we open our heart and we open our mind to receive this abundance. And as you've been spiritually fed, we ask you that you spiritually feed your spiritual center. So I would like to invite our ushers forward. Karen and thank you. Thank you, Dennis. And take your offering, please put it over your heart and go within with me. So I'm grateful for this offering. I'm grateful for this sacred giving, this time of love and joy, that this giving is a demonstration of our love for our spiritual practice, our love for everything that we have learned, that we have come to open our heart and our mind and our soul. I know that this Monies does good work in the world, and it multiplies abundantly, and it just allows the spiritual center to thrive and to grow and to become one with the divine spirit. And so it is. Thank you.
We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. We are part of something greater, something so much greater. We're opening our eyes so we can see. We are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls. We are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be.
So this is the time that we can bring our loved ones into a circle of love healing. You had set your intention earlier and lit a candle for someone that you love, someone that needs a healing. We would like to bring them into this healing, looking past the relative and knowing that the truth about them, that they are perfect, they are whole, they are complete, they are the essence of love and joy. So if you have someone in your mind, just raise your hand and I will point to you, and as I tap the bell, we will bring them into that sacred space. People of the world. Thank you. Anyone else? Sure. So I invite you to close your eyes and go within. We'll bring everyone into the circle of love. A quote by Ernest Holmes. So the circle of love is complete. It comprehends all. It includes all. It binds all together with cords of everlasting love. I cannot depart from its presence nor wander from its care. The circle of love is complete within me. That circle of love is complete within the consciousness of this room. As we lift each and every one up into the essence of love, into wholeness, knowing that any dis-ease, disharmony, lack, or limitations just dissipates into the light. It is the essence of love that heals all. It is through all and as all. For I'm grateful for this healing right here and right now for each and every person that we have named in this circle. I'm grateful for the healing of the world. As we hold the world in the essence of peace, in the essence of love and wholeness, we look past the relative of any situation, anything that is being shown in the essence of lack or limitation, of dis-ease or discord. We know it is perfect, it is whole, and it is complete in every single way. So we look at the top of the mountain and we allow the love, the power of love to come through and to heal all, as all, and by all. And I am grateful for this healing right here and right now. In this moment, the power moment is the now. And knowing that it is complete. I release my word into the law of mind, knowing that it is done, and so it is. So the last song is one of my favorite Sufi dances. And this is a blessing for everyone in the world. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be free from strife. May all beings return to love. Peace be with you forevermore. I invite you to stand and to hold hands while Devavani. Well, first of all, before I wanted to do some thank yous. Sorry. I want to thank our Bruce Wilkinson for holding the light, for Kay Samuelson for grounding us in spirit, for playing the Chalgong, for Dennis Mills, for Karen, for Ginny Mills, for Melanie Bennett, for Gregory. I would like to thank our beautiful singer and guitarist, Myron Stam, and Devavani. She has CDs out in the hallway there in the family room, and our gift store is open. Take it away.
May